Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you guys want to support my brand, it's Inspired by Dreams shop. And I got a lot of new drops in there for you guys, just so you could just dress a little different. Nowadays, everybody wants to look like everybody. And I know you guys want to get out of that and wear something that, serves your energy. So there you have it. Okay, today's episode, this is a very difficult conversation. We are talking about, should poor families have multiple kids? Not just having one kid, but just have multiple kids. Because some people say, poverty, you're raising your kids in poverty. It's going to be harder for them to reach a certain point. I don't know. This conversation is so deep. I want you guys to let me know what you think. Yeah, let's get it.
Mickey made it. Mickey made what you made, Mickey.
So I saw a post on Twitter that was like, science behind continuing to have kids when you know you could afford the ones that you already have. Sidebar, my cousin retweeted that. Is that okay a diss? Like, maybe she's not talking about me. Maybe she's talking about her mommy, because her mom got 8 kids and 4 baby daddies. Yeah, anyways, I don't think we need to do a case study on that. It's basically lack of self-awareness. Yeah. Probably like, Miriam, lack of self-awareness, what do you mean? Like, you're cautious about, like, your state. You're like, okay, I live here. I don't have money. Yeah, but you're not really thinking deeply. Like, you're not really diving deep and, like, asking yourself, why? Why am I broke? Why do I live in an unsafe neighborhood? Why? You're not asking yourself that. I can use myself as an example. I had my first child at 18. Yeah, sad. Anyways, I had my first child at 18. I knew my family situation was horrible. I knew I was working a dead end job. I knew I was in high school, right? But I had that lack of self awareness to be like, okay, think deeply. Why is your family like this? Why do you think having a child while you're in high school is a good idea? Why? It's literally asking yourself why and think deeply about it and actually.
Okay. So far, what I could say, if society's driving force is money and your driving force is love, you're going to have to meet somewhere in the middle.
Having that self awareness. You feel me? Amen?
You're 21 years old and your username is Tired Mama. Let that sink in. You most likely didn't go to school, you didn't put yourself in a trade, and now you're relying on your boyfriend to make money. Neither of you have money to support that baby. And your only takeaway is that life can change. You're not looking at your situation and thinking maybe you should have waited to have a baby. I'm assuming your boyfriend is around your age. Neither of you were old enough to even have built at least 5 years in whatever career that you're working in. Y'all gotta start thinking about this stuff before you have kids. You are absolutely correct that life can have ups and downs, but it doesn't change the fact that you didn't even build a foundation to bring a baby into, and that's the reality.
Hey, look, right. Why do some women have multiple babies and then complain about not being able to take care of them or feed them or whatever? Girl, ain't nobody tell your ass to get pregnant all them.
Don't mind how I look right now when I take a shower. People don't talk about this enough, but one of the worst things that you could have is literally a broke ass parent. And it's literally just over the fact of like not ever being able to like stop. Like I can never take a break. I can never ask for $20 in gas. I can never, like just go to the store or no, go out to eat and not be the one paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 22 years old and it's like I'm tired. But I think it's a big lesson for me too. It's very much like I'm not gonna do that to my child ever. Like I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna be stagnant. I'm never gonna give up. I'm always gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing, going further. It doesn't matter how old my child gets, and I don't care that I'm an adult. There are bitches out here that are literally like people that are my mom's age. Her mom still supports her. Her mom still takes care of her bills. Her mom still allows her to live in her home. But it's like people like me who are 22 years old, or even people that are 30. There's bitches out here that are like 16 and have to make a living for themselves. And it's like, why am I here? Why am I here? I'm just here to fucking work. And it's like you can never, ever, ever tell your parent that they're not doing enough because they'll take it to heart so bad. Like, and she's unemployed right now. Shocking. But anytime, like, I just be trying to tell her, like, get up so we can do stuff, so we can go places, so we can see things. Like, I feel like we missed out on a lot of our childhood just based on the fact that we didn't have money to do shit. And it's like shit was cheaper back then too. So it's like you're wasting everybody's time. But I'm to the age where I just want to like be on vacation. I want to go out to eat. I want to go window shopping or just like shopping in general. Like I want to go to the mall, walk around. Like I have money to do stuff, but it's like it's not fun when I'm the only one that's actually like buying shit. Like, and God forbid I just want some food for myself. Like there's never a time where I want to stop at Chick-fil-A and get myself a fucking $11 meal. Next thing you know, bitch, I'm spending like $22. I want to get myself a hibachi bowl. Like I'm spending $40. Seafood boil. I just spent $80. Like I can never like what like okay. And literally the worst part is that she'll make me feel bad about it too. Like I'm bullying her because she's not like doing anything. Like the last job that she had was laying Brian, and she was making $12 an hour, and she literally just got that job. And I'm standing by this on my life. The only reason she got that job is just to say that she was doing something, to say that to basically stop me and my sister from saying that she wasn't doing anything. And it's like you knew that $12 was not going to sustain. You knew that $12 was not going to do anything for you. Like, girl, every single job that I've gotten, $4 more than that, and I'm barely making it. The only reason I moved back is because I'm pregnant and I was trying to find a home. Like I said, she does not pay any bills. She does not contribute anything. She's living in a senior community with her mom. So she doesn't have a home for me to go to. And the whole point of that was for us to find a home. Like all we had to do was work a month, 2 months, build up some pay stubs, and put it on a house or an apartment. Because 2 incomes would most likely get us approved. Because I don't have anything bad on my credit. She doesn't have anything bad in her credit either. So I think. But that was the whole point. Because me being pregnant, like, I did not want to continue to work until I was on the fucking table. I wanted to basically stop working as soon as I got too tired. And in the beginning of my pregnancy, probably all the way to 7 months, I was okay to work. So she literally just wasted 7 months of not working. My whole point. Like, it's literally the worst. Like, I don't know if it's like a broke parent or a lazy parent, but it's just like it's so fucking exhausting trying to like get up on my feet and like not have the support that is necessary to do those things. Even though you have the drive and you had a motivation to do it, if nobody's helping you, especially when you have a plan, bitch, the only thing that the plan's gonna do is fail. So I'm currently 34 weeks pregnant, still working a full-time job. And she is unemployed. The reason I couldn't get something for myself, like I was gonna find a studio, but she talked me into just getting a place with her again, because when I go on maternity leave, how the fuck am I paying for that studio? How? Like these bitches just trying to keep me stuck and stagnant and always relying on them when they don't have anything to be relying on. Like I'm tired. I hope y'all parents aren't like this. I'm not gonna be a parent like this. I just want to get that off my chest.
Say what y'all want to say and feel how y'all want to feel. One thing I'm always beating in my daughter's head, one thing I'm always saying to my nieces, no matter how much you think you love that man, no matter how much you think you like that man, even if you are married to that man, don't you lay around and have all them goddamn children. Put in your head that you only want to have a number of children that you can take care of by yourself. Like that you only have the mental capacity for. And maybe it's just the trauma in me speaking. Maybe it's just the trauma. But I don't want any more children. I only have 2. Because I know I made a conscious decision that I don't want any more kids because I don't have any money for any more children. And I don't want to keep my children in poverty all our lives, struggling mentally, financially, raising children my whole life. Like I don't want one more mouth to feed. She lucky she got this cat. When they get up and they feel like I don't want to do this anymore, Guess who's gonna be stuck with those goddamn kids? Mm-hmm. You guessed it. You.
Period. I've been a mom since I was 17 years old. I did not want no more. I don't want to start over. My kids is 15 and 11. I don't want more kids. That's it and that's all. So I told him that from the jump. Right? He said, we'll figure it out. So that means, bitch, I'm finna make you fall in love and you gonna give me a baby. But in return, he made me fall in love and he still didn't get no baby.
However, when I asked you why you didn't want any more, that reason wasn't valid to me.
Huh?
No.
What do you mean why I don't want any more?
You
I had a
told
horrible
me-
experience.
Exactly, but it was more of the support, and I felt like that person
got support.
got support.
Those parents that have their kids every day, like all day, to me, they deserve a break. Like those people that always have something to say about, you always dropping your kids off to their grandma's house on the weekend. Yeah, and
Cause I need a
fucking mental break. I be at home for 3 or 4 days straight and be like, oh, it's time. Get back on that motherfucking road because these kids is driving me crazy.
Exactly.
It's one thing to have date night every once in a while, go out every once in a while, even once, twice a week. But some moms are out every night and the grandmom is now raising the child primarily. But I could imagine if that wasn't the case. And I try not to take, my mom for granted. So I only ask her to watch my kids 9 out of 10 times when I'm working.
It be these fucking grandmothers that they mothers really raised them that want to be like, mama gotta have a life too. Yeah. You don't sit your old raggedy ass down and watch your fucking grandkids. What the is wrong with people?
I see a lot of single mothers who have children who have disabilities, whether that's autism or whether it's something that's more severe. I got a chance to speak to quite a few of those mothers, and a lot of them said that their boyfriend, husband, significant other, whoever, left as soon as he realized that his child had a disability. And I thought that was pretty sad. And I know that this happens, to everybody probably across the board. But I just want to point out for the sake of TikTok, because somehow Black people is lost. The mothers that I spoke to were white. And I spoke to a lot of them. And they all had the same story, and they got their own little support groups and stuff like that. They kind of bond with each other, because they go to the same doctors and pediatricians and stuff like that. So it's sad, regardless of the color. It's sad that men would just walk out on a child.
I do feel like when it comes down to kids with disabilities, and just having one parent there is just not enough, and it takes that much more if that is the situation. And I feel like that's it. There's a whole lot of struggles and that comes with having kids as well. People think that everything is just an easy job. It's not an easy job for the mother as well as the father. So, wow, that opened my eyes up to something different.
Because the child has something wrong with it that's beyond the child's control. I don't know what we could do to fix that as men. I'm not talking to the women now, but we really need to do better. And I'm not even saying that you have to be with the woman. Like the relationship is there. That's no problem. But still be there to support with the kids. Like these women be out here struggling, trying to get them kids in and out, strollers, vans, whatever. And trying to make all these appointments. And they be stressed out.
Knowingly having kids when you live in poverty, knowing that they will also be impoverished, is a form of abuse. When did we all become so afraid of being politically correct that we can't admit when things are right in our face? Yes, in the United States, we hate poor people. It's so much more expensive to be poor in this country. It's also very expensive to be single without kids in this country. But saying someone hates poor people because someone decides to have 6 kids in a 1-bedroom home so much that they have to sleep in the kitchen, that's not hating poor people. That's looking at the facts. It's abusive. My best friend grew up impoverished, poor, in the middle of Michigan. And we have this conversation all the time. She is so triggered from her past of being poor. I have to convince her to do small things. I have to convince her to spend money on like a new tire. I have to convince her to spend money on herself. One time she called me because she was going on a trip and she needed something. I can't remember what it was, but it was only $20. And she's like, I can't spend that money. Mind you, my best friend has worked consistently for 10 years. She is a top director at her job. She makes a good, consistent income, and she has no overhead. She doesn't have kids, and she's not married. But the trauma of being poor makes her second guess everything she buys because she is afraid of being poor again. She talks about how they didn't have money in the house and they didn't know where the food was going to come from, and the stress of living with that, with seeing her mother struggle and then therefore it trickling down on her till this day causes her anxiety. Like, she just texted me to say, oh, I booked a trip to Florida and I didn't even think about it and I'm going to stay there. And I was like, good for you. And when I tell you that's something she didn't have during her childhood, she's literally healing her inner child. We are nothing but children cosplaying as adults. Everything we do in our adulthood goes back to our childhood. So knowingly bringing a child into that kind of environment means you're not even thinking about them as a kid, but you're not even thinking about them in the future as an adult. I'm going to go more in depth in this on my YouTube page, but let's all just face the facts. It is a form of abuse to bring a child knowingly into poverty just because you wanted children.
Black parents, please stop putting your bills in your kids' name. I just turned 28 2 weeks ago. Why am I still being punished for shit that happened before I was even an adult? My mama put my name on her lease when I was in high school. Mind you, in high school you are 18, so you are legally old enough to sign a lease. She ended up getting evicted. Y'all, when I tell y'all this company garner property, I understand motherfuckers gotta pay what they owe, but it's like, it's 10 years later. Why the fuck are y'all still bothering me when y'all garnish my wages, my Taco Bell check? I was 19 when they started garnishing my wages, and now y'all trying to come for my spouse. Like, what?
I get what she's going through, and I feel her, I understand, but like, I don't think that her mom was the only one to blame in that situation. Is it really your mom's fault if you at 18 or 19 years old decide to sign and enter a lease agreement with your mom?
I say this, when I was 18, I wasn't aware of this stuff. Like, I didn't know. If my mom told me to sign something, it was like, oh, so help my mom out.
I don't know. I guess it is the way people are raised, because I was taught not to have no cosign. I don't care who it is, you don't have no cosign.
Yeah.
Like, you're not cosign for somebody.
Wow, I see a lot of different conversations within this conversation, but I feel like, it does take responsibility and, planning and things like that before having a kid is very well needed in these times, just because society puts a lot of stipulations on things that we probably don't really need, but we might need in these times. Things like like just having just the right foods for your kids and things like that is a dollar sign to that, in other words. And some parents don't have it and some parents do, and I feel like social media it's a big dose of how people are now taking it. And because of social media, people compare other families with other families, and sometimes you just gotta thank God that you're here and you can make a difference in your life. Sometimes at an early age you can't, and it kind of sucks. Yeah, you guys let me know how you feel about this conversation in the comment section, and I'll get back to you guys. If you want to speak to me live on my morning show, it's 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Till next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe, rate,